And how is everyone doing? Version 2. Make sure to shout out Sucking on Chili Dogs on Twitch. That's living permanently on YouTube now, by the way. And there's a zombie near me. Go away. Got a raid and lurk? Need to take care of the babies and yourself? Do it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope it's the best dinner of your life. My cabin was still clear when I loaded my save. Are you living at the Rat Racers mentally locked in cabin? I don't know how to describe it. The shame, yes, yes, that one. I gotta reload the YouTube page and see if it's working. It's not. I mean, someone's talking in chat, so it is, but it says it isn't. Welcome in those on YouTube. It is time for the heat map update. Zombie spawn map is now generated automatically. 2 levels of noise are applied to the spawn map to generate a variety of Z spawn configurations. Noise is seed based, so each new game will return a different configuration unless a specific seed is chosen. Hell yeah. My save insta crashes now. Yeah, that's kind of expected. If you had any mods running, I imagine it's done for. Were we expecting this big of a heat map change? Kind of. So I was expecting the automatically generated heat map. Absolutely. I wasn't expecting it anywhere near this soon. I thought it'd take them a little bit longer to get to this point. But this is basically the outcome. So, you know the procedurally generated lands on the outside edges of the map? So if I go... Oh, I think my map's going to lag because I have it turned on. Hold up. I got to turn it off. There's a thumbnail, guys. Enjoy. Please. Oh, a button got pressed. Zoom in as close as we can. Maybe it'll be easier. All right, there we go. Turn that off. So, if I turn this on, here's the edge of the map. But if we actually go out here... and let's give myself super speed. There is more world. So in order to have generated areas and also have zombies spawn in the correct places, it's pretty obvious that they have to do some sort of procedurally generated spawn map at some point. I escaped just in time. Okay, the map lags super hard now. That's going to be awkward to deal with, but it is what it is. They were the follows, by the way, guys. What was that? That was an overlay of the noise generation they're doing. All right. So there's 2 levels of noise. It makes the seed change every time. Procgen towns confirmed. Eventually, maybe. It didn't seem like they were interested in that at all. They did show off Procgen towns way back in the day, like 9 years ago at this point. It's on their YouTube. Come home in new patch? Hell yeah. Is a noise map higher res or still the same res? It's still chunk based as far as I can tell. So, an improved Z spawn heat map system has been implemented. The heat map is now generated automatically based on certain tiles locations on the map. Each of those selected tiles is given a certain radius of influence and a zombie spawn multiplier. For instance, military tiles will have a large radius and a high zombie multiplier, while vacant tiles, for example, broken windows, will have a medium radius and a low zombie multiplier. This system is coupled with a seed-based cell noise that subtracts from the aforementioned zombie spawn heat map in order to break up the predictability of, for example, always having lots of zombies next to a military base. There are 2 noise levels overlaid on top of each other, which will provide a variety on a residential scale and a district scale. Sometimes a normally busy building will have no zombies, or at least fewer zombies, and sometimes wait, what? And sometimes an entire street or block. I think that's supposed to be an entire street or block will be voided of zombies. So there was this huge section of LV that was actually completely empty. It was like 70 houses in a suburb that just had nothing. Really cool. The system will work on all modded maps and allow workshop mappers to adjust their heat map if they are not happy with the generated result. This system does not drive the presence and number of zombies inside houses. This is done through an entirely other system. Also known as, when you're in the custom sandbox menu and you can change the population, it's like the words and not a number. That's changing what's going on in houses as well. It only affects zombies spawning outside buildings. We'll be adjusting the tile selection that generate those areas of influence so as to make sure there are not too many weird edge cases. But overall, we hope this will be a much more robust system that will provide a more consistent Z distribution and certain level of surprise. You can look at what it looks like in debug mode under the map options. That's what you guys saw me doing earlier. It's extremely laggy, so I don't really recommend doing it. And they have some images showing what's going on over here. Now, it is also an intention that the tendrils of noise will allow for some sort of empty corridors that should allow for easier sneaking between locations too, although clearly Zeds have the ability to move and drift after having spawned. Where's the wooden nails? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to scroll down and find out. I haven't looked at any of these notes. Implemented ragdolls versus explosive physics. Well, dang. That's kind of crazy. We'll have to check that out soon. Explosives such as by the way, the noises in the background is a kitten running around. Don't worry about it. Explosives such as pipe bombs and aerosol bombs are now much more effective at damaging and killing zombies. Explosives now use physic hit reactions when enabled. Michael Bay PZ confirmed. That's right, pallets. Wooden nails. I found 4,900 normal nails in the logging place in CDDA. Yeah. So you find a ton of nails nowadays. You just have to go to a place that spawns them. So it's literally not going to matter after the first 2 zombie distribution movements. Pretty much. So you're going to spawn in and you have 12 hours to sneak somewhere. Or the map is just normal zomboid. Let's see here. If a player knows a recipe but is 1 skill level short of being able to fulfill a skill level requirement to perform a craft recipe, having an item that teaches a recipe in their inventory or vicinity will allow for the item to be used as a cookbook type reference to perform the recipe. They did it, guys. They did it. Actually huge. They shouldn't even talk about the heat map stuff. They should just talk about this right here. This is such a huge change in the crafting system. It's crazy. And modders, now that this is a thing, modders will be able to change the numbers on this, and you'll just be able to craft everything as long as you have the book. Imagine that. What you missed, Poplar, too? They changed the way the heat map works, so it's generated automatically based on tiles, and there's like 2 noise layers on top of it, so that it changes every time you make a new save, basically. Pretty pretty sick stuff. At this point, why not make procedural generation of towns and cities? Hey, you know all those stories about people living in the Rosewood Fire Station? That doesn't happen with procedural towns. Right? Now, I have been a strong believer in having a procedurally generated challenge mode. Uh but as for that being like the main point of the game, it doesn't work well for content basically. More loot or rare loot means more zombie distribution. I think it's the other way around in the patch note or in the custom sandbox settings, and I'm not sure if it even works anyway. If a player, okay, they added a recipe for dyeing clothes using industrial dye, added container outlines and mannequins. It all the animal and skeleton stuff now highlights the container that it's coming from, or the corpse in this case. The add corpse context to the butcher hook UI shows item icons and highlights the corpse when an option is highlighted, so you know which one you're using. Not that it really matters. Yeah, procedural generation is good for background stuff. It's not great as a main gameplay aspect. Does a new distribution make it harder? We will find out soon enough. I'm gonna say previously, I haven't done any testing yet. Previously, you could go to the same empty spots every single spawn and get the same easy stuff. So like the Rosewood Fire Station, no zombies spawned in front of it in the last patch. Now zombies might spawn in front of it, like you might have to fight your way in. You know, like that changes gameplay in a way. I think for experienced players, 50 zombies standing in front of a building isn't a big deal. They'll either fight them or pull them away. Yeah, McCoy's literally no zombies around it, just empty, even on time 16 pop, because that's the way the population map was being made. It just didn't have any zombies spawning there. There's just zero. Added new animations for being shot in the chest, shoulder, left, and right, as well as from behind. Added new sound effects for zombies thumping wood to help players better differentiate them from thumping doors. I assume that's the wood fences, because they sound just like doors in the last patch. Added new sound for removing wooden plank with crowbar animation. Oh, by the way, you can take barricades off with the fire axe now. Hugo told me about that. I think it was Hugo who told me about that. For example, the military base with new distribution will be more challenging. I mean, the military base already spawned a ton of zombies, so unless it spawns even more, I don't see how it could be more challenging. Let alone the base is huge, so it gets that like multiplier to zombies spawning inside of it, and there's like 2,000 of them down there. I still find it weird you can't... Wait. I find it weird you can remove barricades with the tire irons. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I don't think that was mentioned in a patch note either. There's a lot of stuff that just sneaks in. The existing wildlife noise for wolves and owl sounds will not occur until 4 weeks have passed for any player that happens to be in a square that is in an urban foraging zone or within a municipal region zone. For any player, that sounds like it vaguely multiplayer related. New armor hit sound for firearms and melee. The state of an active vehicle alarm is now saved and restored, so it's no longer possible to quit and reload to cancel a vehicle alarm. How can someone remove barricades with a tire iron? It's got a pry bar on one end. Added. Okay, I have no clue how to pronounce that one. Let's get the internet to tell me how to pronounce this. Aramid? Yep. All right. Added an Aramid thread item, which can be used alongside Sinew thread for several armor and leather type crafts. Aramid because Kevlar is trademarked. That's why I knew the word. Okay, that's hilarious. Aramid is the not trademarked generic name for the molecule that bulletproof vests are made from. Hilarious. You could just talk about steel. That works too. Added a recipe to harvest the thread from bulletproof vests and limb armor and firefighter clothing, including broken items. This serves as a means for the player to gather armor and leather crafting resources. Yeah, Tarkov uses it. That's hilarious. Hello, little kitten. Ring your bell. That's right. Name with the follow. Oh, wow, that's huge on the screen. I should probably change that. Anyway. Surprise Tarkov cares about the trademarks. Don't they already violate a bunch for guns? I don't know. Like, not my problem. All right, so if you're playing... I mean, you can just start crafting without having to hunt now or do a farm. That's pretty sick. I like that. Added a screen filter option under the texture section for better control over zoom levels that appear blurry. Oh, hold up. I got to check that out. Because the default game looks pretty blurry. Where is it? Was it accessibility? Wait, where did it say it was? Let's see here. Under the textures section. Oh, I went straight to the wrong place. There it is. Nearest in linear. Let's try linear out. How bad could it be? Cyberpunk uses Kevlar, and there's always a trademark sign after it and dialogue subtitles. That's amazing. I need to check that out. You need leather still? You can loot leather. It's an actual thing that spawns. Extended placement UI now has both rotation and movement in the same UI. Researching items and looking at maps will replace the item back in the original container. You can get leather from belts too. Yeah. Added feedback to the build panel as per handcraft panel to explain why some builds cannot be done. Gigamart Mall? What? I don't even know what that's going on about. Anyways, it'll tell you it doesn't work. Added missing entries for fawn leather and leather drying rack. Added a sandbox setting to disable home VHS tape spawns being unique. Added icons to the forging put in container context menu. Added icons to device options context menu. All of the options are going crazy today. Show welcome message can now be disabled in the options. That happened during the hotfix patch. Added tab return and escape key support for the debug teleport UI. That's fun. Did I try the new car headlights? Haven't got around to even testing anything yet. Still reading the patch notes. Added the option poison level to the debug menu. Interesting. Added a ragdoll impulse inconsistencies. Or adjusted ragdoll impulse inconsistencies across ammo types. Tune physics hit reactions to match caliber impact classification. So, the bigger the bullet, the more the knockdown. Temporarily removed raccoons climbing fences for now due to pogo raccoons. Okay, that was a really funny bug, though. Equip tissues will now muffle coughs. Didn't that? Oh, probably the smoker's cough. Fix the stone all craft recipe not providing enough XP. Stone all craft recipe can be researched from sharp flint flakes. A couple of rail spike weapon craft recipes now require a drill. Made vehicle headlights extend much farther. That's going to be a big one. Hopefully that's actually really good. Updated cooking recipes to accept mixed water. Bumped generator max vertical range. Sandbox option from 10 to 15. Adjusted the industrial dye spawns. Remake long stone blade recipe. Now part of the magazine to eliminate some undesired console output. Weird. Finally, I can cook soup with pilk. Oh, God. Why? Fix render order on some zombie outfits that were incorrect. Is this all about that? Yeah, that's all about that. So zombies should have their clothing on correctly. And okay, it's a long list of fixes. Let's go through it. It's going to be painful, but we'll do it. Fix a large number of inventory items on the ground, causing lag spikes on right click. Some errors can still occur. Report them to us if we've missed any. Fix ragdolls losing shadows sometimes. Fix ragdoll corpses becoming non-lootable. Generators, tile range sandbox option not working above 20 tiles. Issues with the poison system and liquids. That could be fun. You used to be able to drink water that had gas in it. We'll find out. Chunk lighting not always being updated when the loaded area of the map changes. Fixes for the spider corpse position when ragdolls are shot in the head. Okay, that's no. It's so good though. I have no idea, but some animal exception got fixed. Character spinning in place when WSD is pressed quickly. Are they talking about the left turn T-pose? I still had some weird zombie death poses today. Don't worry. Okay. Good. We need humor in this game. Fix items positioned via the extended placement UI, moving when items on the same square are removed. Fix butchering hook UI, issue with multi-tile constructions, dropping a full set of items for every tile that is destroyed. That was a sick way to get I don't even know how to say this. Way too many items. You just build a 2-tile item and then you destroy 1 tile to get all the stuff back. Food containers sometimes counting as not being available for recipe due to rounding error issue. Hey, we can make coffee again. Fix a character doing an extra animation when shoving with gun in hand. The issue remains for Mac users. Fix a downed with firearms ragdoll Zeds getting upped after being stomped to death. That never happened to me, and I wish it did. Fix ranged weapons targeting, hitting, and damaging vehicles. Could they not shoot cars for some reason? Fix room light switches being disabled by shooting them. Fix being unable to rotate mannequins, not being able to shoot animals. Players getting locked in fishing animation during combat. Holy crap, they fixed it. Various bugs on the game map. Interesting. Opening the general debuggers window, resetting fitness XP for your current level. Hey, I can finally not have to remember my fitness XP when explaining things to people. Deaf players hearing corpse fly sounds. Deaf players are deaf again. Fix not being able to shoot animals is a lie. I tried it today. Same stuff. Rip. At some point, I lost my chat for YouTube, so I wasn't reading that. Sorry, guys. Quick call Alice and Adventures. They're in here somewhere. The no scope still exists. Somewhere. I know you're there. Fix the game, possibly locking up while exiting. Fix zombies not reacting to players' shouts when attacking objects. Zombies will tend to stop thumping objects when they hear a loud, non-zombie sound behind them. This won't happen if they are targeting a player they see or recently saw in front of them. That's a massive change, by the way. Zombies getting stun locked on like a random table is one of the exploitative ways to beat sprinters. Fixed catalog model not orienting correctly. Corpse sickness rate not being reset to 0 in God mode. Shooting windows not producing broken glass on the ground. The corpse fly sound continuing after teleporting. That's fun. Cows and sheep still tank a bunch of shots and just gain a little stress and lose a bit of HP. That's kind of sad. Deer still need to be chased until they bug and run in circles. I mean, it is what it is. Fix not being able to sit on both sides of double-sided benches and furniture seating indoors 03. Fix drinking from a soda can or soda bottle not showing the tint of the liquid. Does that really matter? Gather meat small sound. Not playing for animals that can't be placed on a butcher's hook. Getting back a second sheet when unmaking sling bags. No more infinite rags for people. Fix missing display string for the forge buckle recipe. Error with the leather apron craft recipe. Duplication exploit with packing seeds and other food. Incorrect item tag for the metal baseball bat with bolts. Possible exception in the animal climb over a fence state. Fix precipitation intensity typo. Yeah, typo. In the climate debug UI. Fix errors relating to trinket tags in the crafting recipe. I mean, you can hit animals now. Never said anything about killing them. Yeah, about that. I mean, if you use the hunting rifle, they act like the deer actually bleed out correctly. So I guess it's a limitation on that. Fix vehicles that could be seen turning around, fading out. Fix one cloth skirt sewing recipe, providing less XP than similar other ones. Missing armor effect for the right gaiters. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even think you could have armor that doesn't armor you. Sheepskin clothing recipes being in the armor schematic recipe pool and not the survival schematic recipe pool. Missing Lua functions for smelting iron and steel items. Fix issues with on-break functions for some rods and bar items not producing halves of the broken item. Female zombies in the private militia outfit always wearing a pair of gaiters. Come on now, we like gaiters. There's a bug with one of the carving recipes. Hopefully they fix it. Hopefully. Fix being unable to prepare beverages. The smoke bomb explode not playing. Incorrect rendering position of world markers above or below ground. Oh! Yeah. You don't have to worry about those anyway. Fix zombies near the player not being rendered when oh, wait! It's fixed! I didn't even have to make the video about it, guys. I literally was doing that on stream like 2 weeks ago. So, zombies near players in the pitch black are not rendered. Now they are when they're near you. This is to fix a bug where a zombie, the player is... Wait. This is to fix a bug where a zombie the player is standing on can't be seen in a dark underground room when using a flashlight. So, I wonder if this works with the one directly behind you. So, if you have a flashlight and it's a pitch black room, a zombie can walk up behind you and bite you without you ever seeing it. If it's like directly behind you. So that could be interesting if that's fixed too. Fix some exploits with a large branch, having high tree damage and gaining maintenance XP. Someone told me to cut trees down with a large branch like 2 weeks ago. It's gone already, guys. It's gone. Fix missing text screen. Typo and improvise bandeau recipe. Character stomps or attacks. Oh, wait a minute. Fix character stomping and attacking down Z too early. Not perfect, we know. We're still working on this one. Fix the visibility polygon not updating right away after teleporting. Fix missing animals. Models. Tutorial no longer explicitly checks for idle state after climbing through a window. Fix Hunk Z not spawning. The world is healing. Guys, if you want something fixed, you just have to turn it into a complete meme on the subreddit. Fix missing craft recipe Lua functions for smelting iron and steel. Fix issues with the sidebar icons for different resolutions. Fix frame rate drop when there's a mix of many outlined items. The sew knee pads recipe, providing elbow pads instead. What is Hunk Z? It's... What? It's a porno mag. For ladies. There are like 5 Hunk Z posts already. Oh, yeah. Any ragdoll updates? Explosives will ragdoll zombies. Fix the bone hatchet disassembly. Fix wheat and wheat seed bags having inconsistent weights with other sandbag variants. Fire hardened spears using carpentry and not carving when randomizing the resultant spear condition. Fix fire hardened spears not using the base spear's condition value properly when calculating the product's floor value for its randomized condition. Oh no! You're no longer going to get free max condition spears. Fix page buttons and crafting menu, build menus, icon view mode. Being inaccessible on controller. Hey, look at that. Controller gets ever so slightly better. Fix undesired worm production when digging in gravel. I mean, they still show up there. Fix an inconsistency where although digging furrows remove grass from a square, removing the furrows or removing a plant that grows in the furrows will not remove any grass that has grown back. Fix missing distribution reference for blacksmithing step vans. Missing function for coffee machine recipes. Hey, coffee is slowly getting fixed. Vehicle seat being inaccessible after uninstalling a locked door. I accept explosion ragdolls for week 1 purposes. Enjoy it. Do I know how the ticks of XP gain works in skills like running or sneaking? Randomly. So you're doing the action and it like rolls to see if you get XP, and then the next tick it rolls to see if you get XP again, and it just keeps doing that. Fix smeltable tag for the mace head. Fix kettle mold craft recipe not consuming the kettle. Built tile dropping inappropriate consumed inputs such as clay or welding torches when broken. Fun. Fix new characters with the welding profession not knowing the welding tire building craft recipes. Players temporarily losing backward stepping nimble bonus when swapping weapons. Issues with the character creation hairstyles being accidentally selected. Fix an error in make two bowls function. Plot duplicating when making sushi. Plant health not factoring into farming XP gain when harvesting plants. Hey, that one guy who's been complaining about it for like 4 months, it's finally fixed. And still, no one is going to farm. When is the Build 42 release? Maybe in 3 or 4 months? Nah. I wouldn't expect it for at least half a year, if not longer. Like, they still have to get multiplayer and everything going, too. Fix Diet Cola having inaccurate calories. Did it give calories instead of, like, almost 0 or whatever? Next year, maybe? Yeah, that's right, Allison. Probably closer to 2027. I imagine there might be, like, some sort of Christmas thing going on, because they seem to be favoring Christmas recently. Fix stairs having short pillars. An issue in the main options Lua, which could lead to startup errors when reading a corrupted or incomplete key bindings file. Fix radios spawning in rooms in the radio factory all being turned on. I mean, it was kind of funny when they were all turned on, though. Fix missing depth textures for baseball plates. Issues with the bowl outputs and portioning bowls in the recipes. Issues related to detecting the presence of fences and squares and chunks. Issues with the randomized zone story-based Java. Dealing with forest zones stories spawning in zones that intersect with fences. Interesting. Fix issues with the small detection area for tutorial climb through window stage. Fix minor issues with the neck bone for some handgun recoils. Fix players being able to replace items back into containers after using them after having walked away from them. Okay, can you still long range loot things by like eating? All right, guys, that's the end of the patch notes. We're going to start testing things. And the first thing I'm going to test is to see if I can long range eat an item. There's a gas station right here. Hello, zombies. Oh, that is so laggy. Goodbye, zombies. Oh, here we go. This will take a while to eat. Does the peppermint go in my inventory? It does not. They fixed it. Grown stag gave me 450 hunger and about 2k calories. The calories is the problem. It's not the hunger. I found I can eat something from a container. Teleport away. Can I eat half of this? And the food teleports back to the container. Didn't seem to happen. So anyone wondering why this little teleporting items thing was so important, or why I cared, in multiplayer build 41 you can do that. So you can like bring something that takes a while to eat, right? Put it in the container. Actually, I think you can just eat it from your inventory, but start eating it, loot the rest of the container, and walk off, and it would all go in there. So you could like instantly loot containers without having to stop. Fun stuff. We want the infinite ammo cheat. You do it without eating? Well, is it anything to like put a timed action over your head? Eating is just easy. Why is it? Okay. Horde manager spawn. It's been a while. We test the thing. Yeah, still works. You still shoot zombies behind you. Even without the timed action? Well, I don't know about the timed actions without timed action. I never did that. All right, where's the car headlights? I need it to be nighttime. There's a car. Where's the vehicle stuff? Repair, get a key. The cutting board's recipe from carving is bugged. Can I check? Eventually, if I remember to. There are more important things. Oh my god. They've been shamed into functional headlights, guys. It actually shows the road in front of you. What's happening? It's like 3 times the range as before. Crazy. Alright, so they buffed pipe bombs. Let's actually check if they do anything. I really shouldn't say that on YouTube, but do I need a lighter to launch one of these bad boys? Oh no. We need daytime ASAP. Where is it? All right, guys. Hold up. I gotta destroy my computer for you. Oh, jeez. All of them died, too. I'm a firm believer that engineer is now the most OP class in the game. I was engineer the most OP class. Alright, so here's what you do. You take the exhaust off your car, so it's really loud, right? And then you honk your car a bunch to get all the zombies to go to it, and you throw a pipe bomb at it. Now you don't have zombies anymore. What do pipe bombs cost? A lot. Not really, though. Here, hold up. Wait, I can just do it like this because I'm in debug. So you need gunpowder and an iron pipe, basically. Everything else is cheap. Gunpowder is slightly annoying. I don't know if you can craft it nowadays. Yeah, you get gunpowder out of bullets. What if the pipe bomb hits you? I'm in God mode. Let me do the thing. This is gonna suck. Yeah, you get burns. Three scrap electronic is huge, but you do get a lot from dismantling watches still. I mean, there's like entire buildings. Okay, this is default zombie pop. What's going on over here? I guess the police station spawns a ton. There's like entire buildings of electronics now that they've added in. Obviously, you have to play in a place where they've added new buildings for it to work. But, where is it? Is it this? Here we go. Plenty of electronic scraps in here. Also, all your propane needs. Right there. The police station is infested by default, but not the area behind it in build 48 or 42.8. I'm going to check out the new spawns now, but I've been in that map for a while, so I'm going to restart and see the fresh spawns. Build 48 leaked real. Build 42.9 police station wasn't nearly that bad. Or pre-build 42.9. Yeah, it had like 70 zombies or something like that. It was a little annoying, but not that bad. Okay, custom sandbox. Let's see if anything has changed in here. So this is how you change the amount of zombies that spawn in your houses, by the way. So like if you want more, you can go up to insane. If you want less, you can go up to low. And then if you still want zombies outside, you can scroll down here, go to advanced, and just change this back to whatever you want. Right? Now I have that set to 4, and up here, it's still set to low. Alright, basic apocalypse. Let's go. Oh, someone told me you could get blacksmith. Let's do this. No, blacksmith doesn't work. But they did say you could get desensitized and adrenaline junkie. You can. Why you would do that, I don't know. But you can also grab Fear of Blood, I think. Wherever it is, if it exists. I'm gonna say it doesn't. I blind? There it is. Okay. Veteran, Fear of Blood. I'm just blind. Fear of Blood adds stress, not panics, so why not? It panics you when you do first aid. I'm sure there's probably some other things that have changed. Dino. What a great name. You can get Herbalist and Wilderness Knowledge? Yeah. Pay a premium to nerf yourself. Gotta love it. Alright. So, here's the map options. This is going to be really laggy. This is where the zombies spawn now. So you see there's actually big areas here where nothing spawns as far as I can tell. Yep, just emptiness. Now, supposedly this is going to be different every run. So last time the police station had a ton of zombies behind it. This time it's empty. But they were a ton of zombies on the front side of it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I would say Dino. Really, guys? Guys, the cabin in the woods is infested once again. Why is this... How does this spawn so many zombies? Is it the well? It's probably attached to the well tile, I swear. Where's that one well back here? Oh, cows. Nope, it's not attached to the well tile. That must be, like, hand... Why is that cabin cursed? I don't know. Why is this random street cursed? Why is the random street cursed? The cabin gets extra because of the toilet? Seriously? The sign is new? I think that sign's always been there. Military base? Honestly, the military base looks like it's got less zombies considering there's a big line of no zombie down the center. But not... I mean, not military base. Bleh, the prison. But, it's still packed. Alright, let's go to the military base. No, this thing's a disaster. Take me there. Yeah, there's plenty. You might get really lucky and have one of those huge lines cover up like half the base. But there's still plenty of zombies. Where else is completely screwed? Here's Echo Creek. Oh no, the gas station has zombie spawns. People are going to be angry about that. People are not used to the gas station here having anything. Army surplus? Are you talking about this one? That's... I mean, this is technically easier. In a way, but like you still have to pull a million zombies away. Alright, what is this? Oh yeah, that's Guns Unlimited. Anywhere else have like a massive dot in the middle of nothing? Oh no, the gun range is infested! I mean, it's not that bad, to be honest. This place used to be empty. The other gun range, is that one infested too? Where is it? It's like way down here. Not really. There's like some zombies hiding in the trees for some reason. I imagine they're supposed to spawn here, but I think they got cut by one of the things, and now they're just in the trees. It changes spawns indeed? Yes. What about that abandoned place south of Pixie? Pixie? Are you talking about this place? Don't remind them these locations exist. The new hotspot system is cool. A little. If it still works the same way, zombies should help getting better loot, right? I do not believe the more zombies equals more loot thing actually works. How about the camp in the forest by AMZ? I don't know what you're referencing, actually. Are you talking about this? AMZ Steelworks. Oh, is that the new area? Like down here? No, that's not that. Where am I on the map? I'm blind. Can I check Muldrow Blacksmith Cabin? Blacksmith Cabin? There's a blacksmith cabin? Is it this thing? He means the estate. Okay. Same amount. I don't think they really changed the amount of zombies that spawn in certain places. It's just got like an overlay. Is a checkpoint still infested? It should be. Yeah, it's a disaster zone. Good lord. Did they fix the falling through the wall there? I don't know. I guess I could check that out. There it is. Fun. That seemed okay. No. No. No, they don't. The alarm is different now, I think. I died to that one time. Yeah, you just... Houses are dangerous. Oh, let's look at... Okay, Rosewood got... interesting. So remember when I said the Rosewood fire station doesn't have zombies? It's got zombies now. All right, let's quit out and look at it again. Make a new map. I like this way of randomizing zombie distribution so every playthrough stops having the same winning recipe. So, in theory, that's correct. But in reality, certain places are just too good, loot-wise, for you to stop doing what you're doing. Like, don't get me wrong, if McCoy's actually spawned zombies now, that's better than it not spawning any zombies. But that's not going to stop me from going to McCoy's and getting the loot. So here's the spawning grid. And here's the cutoff grid. Putting them both on at the same time was a mistake. There's the removal grid. So if you're lucky, the checkpoint could just have like a big chunk going through it like this one does right now, actually. Here, let's see what that looks like without... Yeah. Oh, look at that. The cabin in the woods isn't infested this time. No zombie spawns. And there's the cutoff, also cutting off that section too. I think that's a huge improvement over Build 42's spawn map. I still like Build 41's spawn map. Especially the way it fades out more. Like there's just like, see how this grid has almost max spawns on it? And then like if you go here, oh no, I didn't go fast enough. You'll see like a square of zombies. I don't like how that is. I think it needs to fade off a little better. Because it's really weird when you walk to a place and there's just like a solid wall of zombies. Oh look, this happened again. That must be on purpose for some reason. If you move around slowly, you'll never actually see that though, because the zombies rally group up. So redistribution, if it works, will make it pointless. Correct. So let's go right here. So there's no zombies in this little neighborhood. Also, I think it's funny that sneaking around has now been reduced to no zombies spawn, so you can walk around without worry, instead of actually sneaking. So where's the zombie pop map? There we go. Yeah, Mulder has way more zombies than before. And we are just going to fast forward until redistribute happens, which is going to be quite a while, actually. Jogging into Zeds, any change? Ooh, good question. Good question. Let's just shrink this down for now. Can they fix the thing where you right-click the ground to open a menu and it doesn't work? Hey, you. No, come here. Boop. Nope, you still get hooked around the zombie. Boop. Will I get 180'd? Yep, sprinting still 180's you. Literally 180'd. Every single time. They gotta fix sprinting. What about walk 2? We didn't check that. Yo, is that Jason? Yo, it's Jason. Yeah, walk 2 still doesn't care. Look like a new zombie animation when it fell backwards? That one? That's not new. Oh. I am now Jason. Yeah, the fallback animation's from last patch, but it's actually an old fallback. Let's see if I can open this up without breaking everything. YouTube Studio, content. No, watch it on YouTube. There we go. All right. So here's build 40 Zomboid, and there's last patch. It's the same animation, but obviously that's a sprite. So they just remade it. So you can enjoy that. Am I at God mode? Okay, God mode. Why did you walk right next to me? Oh, you know what? There's a better way to do this. Hold up. Enjoy getting targeted to the floor and hitting nothing? They said they improved that. I have yet to try. I've been getting that animation a lot where the zombies fall down like 2 seconds after I hit them. Yeah, that animation can get delayed for some reason. And then it like plays after the delay's over and the zombie falls backwards 5 seconds later and it's weird. All right, let's do one of these bad boys. I wonder if we, I don't think this is a thing anymore, by the way. I guess it is. But, wait. Where is it? Redistribute hours. Instead of every 12 hours, I'll do it every once an hour. I made the Rune XP retexture mod you've been using in your testing videos and showcases. I'm honored you like them. Listen, thank you so much for making such a good mod. It's so good. It's the dopamine drip. All right. Go back to zombie pop. Find an empty place. That's empty. Teleport here. All right. Now we just have to wait 1 in-game hour, and it should redistribute. As we most excited about 42.9, bombs are actually useful now. Yeah, the RuneScape XP mod is literally right here. This is the only mod I have turned on, and I use it to check what XP I'm getting. It's of extreme importance when it comes to testing. Although they're getting better about showing XP. Will the redistribute tick happen? I need to give myself a watch so I have a chance of knowing. How is it that you don't spawn with a watch anyway? My man has a 9mm and a box of ammo, but no watch. Oh yeah, it's already been a couple hours. Let's try ×2. Do patch changes carry over into already created worlds? Or do you have to create a new one for the changes? It's a mixture. Some stuff works properly and some stuff doesn't. During this, like, build 42 unstable, it's had a pretty good job at working properly. Yeah, I don't see redistribution happening It might be because I'm fast forwarding. That seems to cause some problems with that, but it looks like it's not happening. Did they buff the other bombs as well, or just the pipe bomb? I can check that out. It sounded like they buffed all the bombs, though. Yeah, it looks like the redistribute isn't going to happen. In that case... Yeah, it has a much smaller explosion radius, but it still works. How about the Molotov? I don't think the Molotov should count. Let's see if it one-shots a zombie, though. Where are you going? Yeah. Stand still for a second. Alright, there's a minimum range on throwing it. Yeah, it just sets them on fire. Let's see here. Any other ones with the good old name scheme? Well, let's find a new friend. Alright, too close. Nope. So the fire ones just do noise, basically. Let's see what kind of spawns we got, huh? Yep, police station still got to cut out. The cabin spawned again. So the cabin has a tile in it that's forcing very high spawns. Wait, does it have like a gun rack or something? Is it the... It's the military radio. Oh, this section of that should be empty then. You look at it, and it is. Yeah, that's cool. Gotta give it to them. Only problem, we have that thing happening again where almost every house in the middle of nowhere has zombies spawning on it again. Unless it was lucky enough to get hit by the cutoff. So, like, that house won't have zombies. Oh, man, the map is really... Check the Deerhead Lake cabin. It's this one, right? Yep. So, if you didn't know, this cabin has... fun stuff in the back. Do the cutoffs change as you play? No. The lockers spawn gun ammunition. So I assume this is being treated as a military outpost of some kind, which is just max zombie pop. Same thing over there. Ranger cabin to the east. East is this way, you know that, right? The ranger station, this little one? It doesn't have military radios in it. It does, right? Hold up. It does. Yeah, no, it's not the radio doing it. Yeah, I went to the Deerhead Lake radio station. Deerhead Lake. Those chains that used to be homemade hams. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, wait. Does this place still... Oh, God, that place is awful. Is there a map option to see the... So we have the cutoff map, the spawn map. So anywhere this is like the randomized spawn map, basically. And then we have the actual zombie spawns. Is there one that shows the tiles that are spawning zombies? That might be like a debug. It might be in this. Did they go to McCoy's? I mean, in theory, it should work, right? Yeah, McCoy's actually has zombies again. I mean, not many zombies, but it does have zombies again. Maybe the debug zombie pop menu? Something like that. Oh, not what I wanted. Why is that highlighted? Weird. McCoy's in the farm down the road from it, our OP. Are you talking about this farm? Doesn't have that many. It has so many animals too. Doesn't have that many zombies. Is that a bag event? Might as well check one of these bag events out. Why are you not dying? Hello? Steel bandana? They didn't even have a bandana on. A zombie just had way too much health for some reason. I wonder if they bugged up the defense. Yeah, these are still real nice. I still don't understand why people are carrying 20 books on them, but, you know. There's a magazine to learn the bombs, no need for engineer. Yeah, but it's fun to start with it. You can also research the bomb itself if you find one. Maybe the knee pads, elbow pads for adding protection. I mean, I could probably go in here. Please console commands. I know I can move it. There it is. I was just doing like no damage with the stomps. Four, five, 4, 5. Wait, isn't that actually good damage compared to a gun? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stomps. Hold up, let's stomp another zombie. I stomped other zombies out and they died though. What is happening? Hold up, hold up. I need room for thoughts, game. 0% damage applied for stomps? Is that what it's saying? No, that is the zombie's defense of 0% was applied. But then it's taking half the damage it says it's supposed to. Weak foot? Did I spawn off a trait? You have no traits. I want to see, is it because I'm holding Alt to stomp? Give me my menu back. Turn around. There we go. I'm gonna hold Alt to stomp. It might be God mode doing it. Turn off God mode. Jump scare sound effect, yeah. That animation plays way too often. Alright, God mode, I'm gonna start stomping. No, it works fine. Huh. There might be something wrong with God mode now. Now they actually die. Maybe it was the crowd somehow? Maybe it's just because I'm spawning zombies with a preset amount of health. I mean, I can change the amount. Let me go find a real zombie. Maybe they had high toughness. It would have... Like, toughness is randomized, but it would have, Alright, yeah, no, that works fine. Okay, well, I guess we're flying around until we find a horde. And even toughness caps out. It doesn't give them infinite HP, right? You know what, let's go to the place where I always find them. Why am I even bothering on this road? This road exists. Oh wait, that's an event zombie. Let's see if I can... Seems we were working fine. It wasn't just a survivor zombie that I was stomping. But I'm gonna find another one, don't worry. Nope, didn't spawn there. Not there. Rat spawn. Character was shy, so I hit weaker stomps. Something like that. Can't I also spawn in event zombies? But if I spawn it in, people are going to say it's because I spawned it in. Are you the survivor zombie? You are the survivor zombie. Get out of the way. Attacking with a ranged weapon counts as a shove and not an attack. I didn't have the gun in my hands in the beginning. It just has a ton of HP for some reason. Now, I'll put... So that's a normal zombie, right? Let's do it again. If I can even hit her. See? It still works even with the gun in my hand. How did the survivor die in the first place at that level of toughness? I don't know. That's ridiculous. Let's see if we can find another one. Let's make it daytime too. No one wants to look at the dark. Yeah, it seems like the survivor zombie just has a ton of HP for some reason. What scratch is all it takes? Not wrong. Okay, it's kind of really weird when there's car events without zombies. I assume that's because the map has a no zombie thing here. Cut off? Yep. Oh wow, the road going all the way down there got a cut off too. That's kind of sick. Can't see if antique ovens cause high spawn rates on the map. It's possible? Alright, I'm gonna push down a random zombie. I mean, that took a while. Hold up, let's do it again. Thanks, game. Just push him over instead of randomly stomping for no reason. it's freaking out because I keep stomping the ground. Alright, that's working. Where'd he go? There you are. Yeah, these just have really high HP for some reason. That's crazy. The cabins all had antique ovens. It's possible that the antique ovens are the problem. There's one right there. Let's look at the cutoff. It did get cut off. What about the, alright. Where was I the last time? I was over here. My cat is pressing random buttons on my keyboard. Please stop. She's not gonna stop. Alright, anyway. We have a little oven here. This is cut off, right? Yep, cut off. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to figure that out. What is not the best starting town? Most of the spawns seem infested now. I used to spawn in Echo for an easy start. Echo has always been a pretty crap start, honestly. You might think it's easy because the gas station doesn't have any zombies in it, but otherwise it kind of sucks. There it is. Got the button. Let's look at what spawned here. So... Hugo, how did you get the overlay to show... Is it just in like the B42 map or something? Because this is... I wouldn't really call this busy. Online map? All right. Wait, this doesn't have a... It has a fireplace. Maybe that'll do it. Who knows? What's the best town now? I don't know. I think Moldra is really good as a spawn because it has new stuff. Hold up. Let me get rid of this. All right. So you have a gas station that's usually relatively empty. 2 warehouses, 2 office buildings, more warehouses, more lootable things. Like, it's just got so much here. And before this fix, before this patch, no zombies spawned at this warehouse. Literally empty. Yeah, there is a well by the gas station. But the problem with the well by the gas station, if we can go there, there's a well right here. There's also a little pond right here to get water from too. Is this. It's completely, it has too many zombies in it. You'd have to get lucky and have a cut off land on it. Oh look, the garage door is broken by default. That's cute. I heard some sort of bing from my Twitch. Let me find that. Thank you for the follow there. Sometimes you gotta get a break from spawning in Moldra. I mean, you just leave. It's just like if you always spawn in Echo Creek. There's no difference. You just get a car and leave. Hell. The same car is spawned here. Hold up. Stendos is infested now? Well, now it's random. Right? Like, there's a random overlay of zombies spawn here if there's the correct tiles. I'm pretty sure the bar just east of the warehouse in Moldra is crowded. Yeah, it is. But the warehouse itself was empty for some reason. Yeah, here's the problem. In Echo Creek, you spawn in, you loot the gas station, you get a car, and you leave. And you have to drive for like 5 minutes to get anywhere. And if you don't get a car, then you're walking. Like, just walking somewhere. I think Riverside and Rosewood are probably better spawns, but Rosewood's the same thing. You loot the fire station and the police station, you grab a car, and you leave. Like, there's nothing else here other than the school and a bookstore. There's no VHS place to give you free level ups. There's no hardware store. Like, at least Riverside has a VHS place and a hardware store. All right, let's go back to Moldra. Let's see if that car spawns there again. That was a very interesting double spawn. Yeah, the indoor spawns don't get affected by the cutoff. So any huge buildings will still have 1 million zombies inside of it. It's not going to just stop that. All right, let's see if that car is here again. All right, it didn't spawn this time. We're good. Rosewood has a ton of garages. Guys, house loot, literally garbage. These garages, they got like 2 items in them. Garbage. Why would you go to this when you can just go to McCoy's? There you go. Here's your garage, but 18 times better. If it's not just full of planks. Right? Just go to a warehouse. Like, the game in Build 42, they are rewarding you for leaving your spawn, driving around, finding utility vehicles full of items. Like this is probably going to be full of food. If it has anything. Garbage, yeah. But there are more zombies. Zombies aren't that scary. Get over it. It's a zombie game. What are you going to do? Hide in a house until you starve to death? Get out there and walk past them. Garages are good for electronics, and mechanics skill books don't spawn in warehouses. So you want to hear another travel to find actual things? Where's the university? You have to like come in here. Good lord, was there a lot of zombies outside? But none of them are inside. For the sake of my FPS, I'm going to delete the zombies. Actual books. Like Build 41. It actually spawns skill books in like every shelf. Of course, this isn't a spawn spot, so no one ever comes here. University goes hard, but sometimes I want electrical 3 without going there. There's another university. This one right here. This one sucks, though. This one has books just like that, too. And I'm flexing on the Garage Gang. I'm flexing on the Rosewood Gang. I've been hating on the Rosewood Gang forever. Their city sucks. It doesn't have good loot. They think looting houses one after, like, you spawn in Rosewood, you clear every house, you get bored, you respawn in Rosewood again. That's your gameplay. Like, why would you do that? That's actually bordering on insane. It doesn't even have good loot. It's the problem. Like, it's a small town with not good loot. Things to do in Rosewood. Leave. Yeah. That's a new player to this game. They do that because people tell them to, and it's like one of the most boring places ever. Like the proximity to March Ridge, spawn in Muldra. And then drive straight down the road to March Ridge. At least there's real loot here. Rosewood is an easy start. Books, weapons, lots of cars to choose from. That's no different than anywhere else. Like you got it stuck in your head that it's an easy start, and it just isn't anymore. And really, why do you care about books when you can go to a VHS store and just level up? Like you get these stupid VHS tapes that just give you free XP, and you get like a free level. If you read the mechanic books and you watch the mechanic VHS tapes, the AutoZone ones, you can just hotwire. Like all you have to do is level your electrical ones. Level up to level 3. Yeah, well, level 3 is plenty for doing anything you want. Like, there's not that many books in Muldra or in Rosewood in Build 42. The school and the bookstore are like nerfed to hell. And if your idea of books is looting houses, well, loot houses anywhere else. Like, don't be stuck in one spot. That's not the point of the game. You shouldn't spawn here every single time. Like, spawn in other places. For the love of God, this is like all I'm going to get from here. Hope you like pottery books. The bookstore in Phallus Lake kind of sucks too. Yeah, it's tiny. That's the thing. So they nerfed normal book loot, and they buffed, and by buffed I mean left the same, the 2 colleges. Is this the bookstore right here? I think this is it. Like you're being forced to explore the map, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want the new rewards. I don't want to like drive down the road and find a survivor zombie with a high quality backpack. Retnara has an apartment in Rosewood and does not want it to be looted so often. Yep. Do you generally leave a big base when you leave towns, or do you take everything and forget about that place? No, I get a car and sometimes even a trailer, and I drive and loot a place, and then I go back to my base and I put the stuff at my base, and then a few days later I go and loot another place. And the whole time I'm driving, I run into every single free book bag zombie along the way. It's amazing, and there's like cars full of loot. It's crazy. I don't use guns, that's why. Rosewood is the worst place for guns. Just go to one of the ranges and get all the ammo you need for free. No, it's not. It's awful. You only spawn there. That's your problem. This is it. You get like one set of guns. Like, go anywhere else, please. Wake up to the world. You get more guns, just go into Phallus Lake. Prison has guns too? Who goes to the prison? Just go to a real place. Y'all locked in the brain jail. The prison ain't worth it. Does the prison even have guns anymore? You don't even loot the prison. You loot the front house right here. Let's see if it has guns. Oh, it does actually have a tiny amount of guns. Some shotgun ammo. That's it. This is what you just called good, by the way. You're in brain jail. Actual brain jail. What's my number one base spot that is in the MC Lodge? I really like the, I wouldn't say this is a good place because you have to fight too much to get here, honestly. But I like the look of the rusty rifle. It's just nice inside. It has a little garage for your car. Little apartment to sleep in. Fences for the zombies to get stuck on. And then there's a well across there in case you never do that. I'm brain jailed to being nomad. I mean, at least I get real loot and I don't just go to the same armory over and over again. Yeah, the Muldra police station, despite having a million zombies in front of it, actually has good loot in it, at least. So you have this room full of guns. And not really full of guns, to be honest. Not that time. Let me in the basement game. And then you have this basement that's got way too much loot in it. Not that many guns in the back down here, though. You just get a bunch of weapons, like baseball bats and stuff. This is the evidence locker. I'll never live long enough to clear it. I cleared this with the starting ammo. But if you really want gun loot, you go to Stendos. They still haven't fixed these back cabinets. Like, this is actual loot. Or you do what I do. And you go to this gun range. Right? There's like 20 zombies out front. And then you just start looting all this for basically free. And then there's some more loot down here. How's the surplus store in 42? It seems like you can luck out and the surplus store will have not as many zombies near it. Let's see it on the map real fast. Yeah, see how like half the spawn got deleted? So in this case, I could have actually snuck in here for once in a lifetime. But I noticed that it has a lot of magazines and stuff in it. But there's a giant loot box counter back here, too. Did they fix the fatigue thing yet? You're going to have to explain it more than the fatigue thing. Surplus used to have 1k zombies. It still does. It's just that the, see how it got cut off? So if I highlight the cutoff, this is preventing zombies from spawning. And it got unlucky. Well, I mean, I guess that's lucky. Muscle strain? I don't think they changed muscle strain. Other than that initial change to reduce how crazy it was in the beginning, where like you could swing your bat 8 times and you'd be too tired to fight. They really haven't changed that. Just if you want to be a melee fighter, you got to start with strength and skill levels in your weapon. Yeah, the cutoff is randomly seated. That's a new noise system? Yes. So this is zombie spawns. The wider it is, the more zombies there'll be. And this is multiplied by the tiles in the buildings to get your intensity. And then there's a random cutoff map that just blocks spots from having zombies in it. On the outside, the buildings can still have zombies on the inside. There's a gun store on the main highway. Still got some guns still. Gun store on the main highway. This one? The last time I looted this one, it had a ton of stuff. Oh, cops and robbers spawned, by the way. This one mostly just has ammo. I've noticed that all of the gun places mostly just have ammo. I've actually been running out of guns in my gun runs. With vanilla settings, unless you like go hunting down police officers for their 9mm and their shotguns, it actually just doesn't spawn enough guns anymore. This place used to have a ton of zombies. Still does. Still does. I mean, the new, like, it's trying, right? Why is that gas station so populated? Speaking of gun stores, they seem to be the best source of smithing magazines. Yeah, what's up with that anyway? It's gotta be random luck that happens. Zombies like drinking gas. You're not wrong. That's a diner, though. Well, I guess it is still the gas station. It'd be nice if they made it possible to craft attachment with high levels of electronics and metalworking, at least maybe like primitive ones. You should be able to like duct tape a flashlight to your gun. What about the Old West Town? Guns Unlimited? Guns Unlimited is insane still. That's Guns Unlimited. Make a wild guess. Yep. Is that unluckiness or actually a ton of zombies spawn there? Actually a ton of zombies spawn here. Okay. I imagine that has something to do with the stuff in the buildings is of high value. Like one of the tiles that spawns here. Add a new recipe like a pipe gun. A single shot shotgun would be pretty cool. Is that new rug? I can't remember. To be fair, Guns Unlimited really does have unlimited guns. Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of loot. It's just, if you're using guns to get to it and not just drawing the zombies away, you end up using a ton of ammo. Yo, so much of the town got erased. That's crazy. They might have to tone that down a little bit. Be cool if we could tape a flashlight to a helmet. We should be able to tape it to like the strap of your backpack too. How's LV? Oh, let's go look at LV. I have a feeling I'm going to... I mean, it's not horrible. So previously, like, this entire neighborhood would be empty. Now it actually spawns zombies, which is kind of nice. We got a not great checkpoint spawn. What the hell happened here? What is this? Oh, I assume this fence causes zombies to spawn in the tile settings. And there's just a cutoff at the backside of this. The corn maze of doom, guys. Yeah, it's the cutoff. That's funny. You drew the cutoff like that? It's randomized. It's just noise. Why they spawn zombies because of some fence tile is a real question. Why implement it that way? So I guess they put a multiplier on random tile, like not random tiles, like tiles they picked. And then because there's so much of that fence instead of just like a couple pieces of it, the multiplier adds up to a lot in like each area. But they should probably have it checked to see if it's only one specific type of tile causing the spawn and then tone it down. So if it's just a fence, it shouldn't automatically cause free mall. The mall's still going to have zombies inside it though. Oh my god, I can't click. Let's see here. Outside, empty. Emptiest parking lot I've seen here in a while. Inside, still full of zombies. So, not so free. Oh, let's check the lighting. Can I still get bit by zombies that are standing behind me? And the perfect place to do that is McCoy's. So I've done it here the last couple times. Let's see here. Goodbye, zombies. All right, step 1, God mode. Light off. All right. I'm going to spawn a zombie, and the outline of the circle will let us know it's there. Nope. Oh, there it is. And if I walk away, it's going to disappear, right? Yep. So you can see its feet in the yellow, and it despawns the model if I'm too far away. Now, I wonder... let's get rid of that zombie before he walks off. I wonder if I give myself keen hearing, if I'll be able to see farther. He's in keen hearing would have a reason to exist. Imagine that. All right, I spawned a zombie. And it despawns. Right there. That looks like the exact same range. How does the thumping work too? I'll check that. So, I need a flashlight. I'm actually going to grab a lantern. Where's the propane one? There it is. I think it's fixed. Yeah, I'm going to be able to see him walking up to me. Yep. There's no angle that he's disappearing. There we go. Is that noise made by the lantern? Yeah, it's a propane lantern. Are you gonna bang the door or what? Doesn't get stuck on it. Come on, buddy. Gonna God mode to walk through the door. Not stuck on it. This is a massive change to the way the Zomboid plays. Alright, bonus spot time is the wall hack timer. Alright, he has no idea where I am now. He gave up instantly. Immediately gave up. What changed exactly? Normally he would forever bang that door until I left the area. I'm gonna try to quiet my footsteps so he doesn't hear me running. Light-footed. Sneaking. Alright, now I'm not gonna make noise. And he's still banging it. Yeah, if you make noise by like running or something, they'll stop banging on stuff. So now if I shout, he's gonna turn away from that.
Hey!
Doors only take damage when you're close still. I believe so, yes. I mean, I tested that last patch. Look, you can see exactly where I am and was trying to follow me through the wall. If they give up that quick, it kind of erases a concept of relentless pursuit devoid of intelligent thought, like a normal zombie. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed this, but the zombies in Zomboid are like ridiculously intelligent. Notice how he's pathfinding directly to me, even though he had no clue where I was. Literally going directly to where I was standing. They have 15 seconds of wall hack. That's outrageous. Kinda, yeah. What does time since flesh mean? I really don't know. All I know is that every single zombie in the game has this counter, constantly counting up. It probably eventually, like, something uses this to decide if they're gonna like wander away or something like that. But it never stops counting up. It's like your normal COD streamer with wall hacks. Yep. Yeah, so in build 41, if a zombie could see you, it would be able to see you forever away. But you'll notice the wall hack timer is counting down because I'm outside of his eyesight range now. So you might think it's OP that the wall hack timer is longer, but they also made it way easier to just walk away from zombies and they give up after a while. Did I get a text message? What's going on? All right, nothing to worry about. Being able to easily cheat the zombies took away a lot of intensity and scariness factor. Well, bad news. This change has made it easier to do that. So will zombies navigate a maze of walls or will they just attack the walls? Pre-made walls, they won't ever attack. Walls made by the player, they will attack. Hold up, I'm getting sent a clip to watch about turning and killing people. I don't even. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so this is Twist on Fire. Hold up, let me show you guys this. What is wrong with my screen? There we go. All right, so he's fighting zombies. He goes to turn around and his character kind of freaks out for a second. That's not very good. I hate that. Yeah, that's not nice. What are we talking about? Zombie aggro, they changed it, made it easier to escape the zombies. But the zombies have a wall hack for like 15 seconds now instead of 7. And they made it so that you can see zombies behind you in buildings now. So previously in build 42.8 and before, if there was a zombie behind me in the shadow, I wouldn't be able to see it, even if it was within like your hearing radius. A zombie back here would be invisible and it could bite you completely invisible. It looks like they started running before turning and that happened. I imagine they just hit it at the exact same time. They like swing a weapon and go to turn around. But the thing is, I don't know. I'm not having problems like that. Give me a bat. I don't normally turn around just by keybind though. So like if you want to turn around in Zomboid, I'll show you guys a trick here. So if you're like going this way and you want to turn around, your character continues going that way. Even if you're like walking backwards, like they kind of like freak out a bit sometimes and it takes a while to turn. So what you should do is just flick your mouse first so you're not doing the full turnaround animation. And then it's way faster than if you just try to turn in place. Or you get really crazy, which I wouldn't do nowadays because of the bumping thing. But if you're in build 41 and there's a zombie in front of you or whatever, you can just run sideways and then turn. Flick your mouse for no scope, but with melee. Please tell me melee can't no scope like the guns can right now. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, maybe. No, we're good. We're good. Okay, for everyone who doesn't know about the no scope thing, I'll show you guys this beautiful, beautiful mechanic in the game right now. Unlimited ammo, so I don't have to spawn ammo in. But let's see here. I have a gun. Let me just increase my aiming stat so I actually hit him. Shooting with the back of the gun? Yeah, it's fine. Easy. Who needs aim? Yeah. You just... Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, it does work with low aim levels, but you don't get to enjoy the zombie flying backwards. God, the guns are loud. Updated ragdolls already look so much better. Definitely reduced the amount of jankiness to them, but I really like the zombies just getting thrown about. Let's do a test. So recently I was doing a 0 damage gun. So let's edit this to do almost no damage. 0. I mean, I think I can just do 0, right? Sweeping the street, guys. Don't worry. You ragdoll a zombie through a window by shooting it? So you can ragdoll zombies just by clicking on their head, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. This is why I turn off that default setting. Yeah. But, I do no damage. Aiming needs a second layer based on field of vision. It's dumb that you can shoot behind you. Well, it's not projectile based yet. Like, there's a... I mean, I've shown people it before. There's a, what was it called? Aim vector on the gun? So the barrel has actual tracking. Like, you can see it's checking where the barrel's facing. And you can shoot things with that tracking. So if, like, there's a zombie on the ground when I'm running, I could shoot it, in theory. Let's get away from the alarm. But they don't really use it that much, other than making sure there isn't, like, a zombie in between you and the one you're trying to shoot. Somehow, after the update, I would one-shot every zombie with a fire-hardened spear on level 5, killing every hit. Can you test it, please? Yeah, spears are OP. Again. They've been OP again for a while. People don't believe me, though. You just go, wha-bam! Easy. How do you get the recipe for the fire-hardened spear? So you either start with wilderness knowledge, the trait, or you find the book for it. That's how you get the fire-hardened spear. And the best part about the spear is it doesn't actually care about your character. It just cares about crits. So if I go to here and I make myself like super tired and fully exhausted, I can still one-shot zombies. I can't even run to get faster, but doesn't care. You just swing away. Wilderness survival book or trait? Yep. Does Fire Harden have like a 70% crit chance? No. Hold up. Let me reduce my stat back down to 0 so I don't have bonus. All right, spear's back down to 0. Spawn a zombie. It died. What's my crit chance? Please. I don't know if he even said I have a crit chance. Someone might have broke the code for this. I can't move the window up. There we go. I don't see the crit on that. Let's try it again. 28%. So with a little bit of panic, that's probably still 30% like it used to be. Can we still not forge a garden fork? Ooh. Garden. Nope. Fork. Still can't do it. On one of my saves, there's a Holstein cow that gives me 10 liters of milk per day. Is that a bug or something? No, that's normal. That's... I don't know why it's set up like that, but that's just how that's set up. It's not worth killing cows. You just get their milk. Oh, I didn't see the forge recipes there anyway? No, I see the assembly recipe there. I don't care about forging the head. I want to be able to assemble the spear. Sometimes cows will give like 0.4 and sometimes it's juice out 10 liters. It depends on the genes of the cow. Yeah, like there's a head you can forge, but you can't assemble it, so you don't really have anything. Jawbone axes and bone war hatchets are pretty strong too. Don't they immediately break like usual? That's one of the big problems with some weapons. They're really good, but they break after like 20 swings. Before the update, spears were strong. Now they're too OP. No, they've been like that for, I don't know, like 5 patches now. Ever since they silently re-added the spear. I have in one of my update videos, I have a mention that spears are one-shotting zombies when you crit again. And they've been that good ever since then. And people, they see that spears swing at the normal speed now instead of the infinite speed they used to have before. And they're like, oh, spears are nerfed. And it's like, nah, spears are still broken. Actually broken. The bone war hatches break way too fast? Yep. I make 5 butters a day. Oh, yeah. You get like a couple cows and you can make like 20,000 calories of milk per day. Easy. Let's see the notes real fast. Was there anything else on here that needs stared at? I know there's some balance changes. Crafting stuff, I don't really care about. I think it was mostly just fixes and ragdolls. The main change of this patch was just the spawning map. Yeah. So we have the ragdolls with explosives. That works. It's great. It's hilarious. It's kind of OP. The explosion radius on like the bomb is just too far. I would see people I always see people say the spirit gets you killed by the kill stab animation. Yeah, if you have a zombie behind you and a zombie in front of you and you do it, it might do the long stab, which means the one behind you can just walk up and bite you while you're doing it. But what you do is you just make sure that all the zombies are near each other and it doesn't do the animation. Did I show the new animations for getting shot? Technically, I did, but like not really because I was shooting really fast. Here, let's do that again. Do it like this. We got the right shoulder, which really doesn't do it that well, but isometric, what can you say? We got the head. Did they fix the 360 counterclockwise spin? Yeah, you no longer T-pose when you're turning left. But your character, like, I don't know, sometimes it's a little glitchy. If you're wondering, I made the gun do 0 damage. Why would they fix the primitive crafting? Because it matters. Alright, let's see if I can do both shoulders this time. There we go. Oh, your head's in the way. There we go. Left shoulder. I think it was like lower torso. Yeah. Upper. Yep. How about thigh? Maybe. Legs. What, feet? Somehow that foot shot did a shoulder shot. It's like they're adding the animations, but it's really hard to lower torso. Yeah. Just make them dance. Dying of hunger from not eating for 2 days is silly. Welcome to survival games. So it matters where you aim now. I thought it didn't. Yes. So originally when Build 42 came out, it just checked if your mouse was on the zombie and it did damage to it. Now, and you can even see it in the console, it checks where your mouse is over the zombie. So if I click on the head, it's going to say body part head. Right? If I click on this foot, it's going to say body part lower leg. And if you shoot zombies in the head, and by shoot them, I mean click on the head, they have a chance to get ragdolled. Now, the most important part of this is that the zombie playing the animation has nothing to do with you actually doing damage. The crosshair needs some form of isometric cursor. It actually just checks where you're aiming now. There's no isometric going on. Yeah, let's stop the growlers. Oh wait, I have to edit this gun. Actually, by edit this gun, I'm just going to spawn a new one. New M16. Why am I always doing that? There we go. The 0 damage gun makes me think they should add a Nerf gun for fun in the game. Yeah. So you'll notice that some of my shots aren't giving XP. The ones that don't give XP did no damage to the zombie. The problem with that is that you get feedback for aiming well outside of your range. So like half my shots did nothing, but the zombie's still getting stunned. So it's not teaching me that I'm missing. And it ends up being a little weird. They added cap guns for the Wild West town, but they don't shoot projectiles as far as I know. They just make a bang. What if you aim behind the enemy when you shoot? Does it just choose a random body part? Let's see. Let me right, yeah, it hits a random body part. Just like melee. The cap guns hit the zombies somehow? Really? What are they called? It's not like there's a lot of... Oh yeah, there's some cap gun shells. Why is it that there's cap gun shells, but no... I guess it has some official name, right? Last time I looked at them, I just flew over here and killed a zombie to get one. Seems it's cap gun in one word. I typed in cap and it didn't show up. Yeah. Toy cap pistol. Toy cap rifle. It's not hitting the zombies. Fixed probably? Yeah. Let's go somewhere random. Yeah, it's gonna be really weird having zombies at like every house again. But the empty spots on the map are those for aim practice? No, they're just toys. Literally. I don't think you get XP for shooting like cans and stuff, do you? Can. What if I type in soda? Will I get empty? Empty. What's the empty pop cans called? Soda. Can of soda. Spawn 5. Just start drinking them. Empty pop can. Oh my god, it starts as a soda can, pop can. Oh, I can't click it. There we go. Hold up, let's grab this. Alright, hold up. Zombies, get out of here. We got things to test. Does that not work anymore? Summary on the spawn changes? So buildings now automatically spawn zombies around them based on the tiles inside the building. So military tiles have the most zombies. There's a random zombie spawn map that's overlaid over the map. So like sometimes some places will have more zombies, sometimes they'll have less. And then there's a random cutoff map that makes 0 zombies spawn there, and it's got like streets and stuff going on in it. So here's the random zombie spawn map. So if there's a house with good tiles that spawn a lot of zombies, then it'll spawn zombies based on this being multiplied by that. And then there's a cutoff map, and anywhere that's dark, zombies just won't spawn at all. So if you look at, for example, this building up here, it's in the dark and the houses are in the dark. So if I go here, there's just not going to be any zombies outside of the buildings. They'll still spawn inside the buildings, just not outside. It used to work. Yeah, you used to be able to put tin cans on the counter and shoot them. It didn't give XP back when I did that, though. So the tiles kind of have a zombie value. Yes. So some tiles have a higher value than others, so they spawn more zombies near them if they can spawn zombies near them. And it also means that every time you start a fresh game, the zombie population map will be ever so slightly different. Sometimes it'll be empty in a spot that wasn't empty before, blah, blah, blah. Is this new? If you make a game of sprinters, the loading icon of a zombie walking turns into a sprinter. Yeah, that's been like that for a while. At least a couple patches now. Yeah, overall, they increased zombie numbers quite a bit. Well, I mean, places that had 0 chance to spawn zombies now have an actual chance to spawn zombies. So, you know, places that would just not had zombies before do. And that means like McCoy's actually has zombies now. It used to be empty here. If you turn on the little intensity map, there's zombies there now. And that's based off of this. So if I put the overlay over it, you can see exactly why they're spawning there, right? And the cutoff map, like, it makes it very obvious. Did I already try the explosive versus ragdoll? Yeah, the zombies go flying like crazy. I knew that one more time before I sign off on YouTube. Oh wait, no, it's that. Not all roads are free anymore? Correct. Not everything is free anymore. We'll have to see how that ends up working out, though. So that's fun. It's absolutely blast the zombies. Is it realistic at all? Nope. Is it fun? Yep. Oh, I didn't equip it. No, don't spread out. Kills most of them, too. Frames drop during that? Of course. Between the blast and the fire, no survivors? Yeah, but you're gonna, like, set buildings on fire and stuff. Are the aerosol bombs as good? Not quite as good. The firebomb just sets a fire, it doesn't explode. Let's grab that in my hand. See, it didn't kill all of them, and it didn't push all of them very far either. Definitely worth it, though. I wish bombs were this strong IRL. Yeah, it has to weigh like 1,000 pounds to do stuff like that. Can a flying zombie from that knock the player over? Considering they're dead, I assume they can't interact with you. But if they were sent flying and they weren't dead, if you try to like walk over them, you'll bump them like a standing zombie. Yeah, bumping zombies is like impossible. Do you have unpopular recommendations for base spots? Unpopular base spots. Hold up, let's pause so you don't have to listen to that. Let's see here. Get rid of this. All right. So, unpopular base spots. The place right here. The drug lab. Oh, I have to unpause again to walk around. The new melee combat's really janky. Yeah, people were saying it wasn't very good. That's really interesting loot too, by the way. Proper drug lab stuff. Guns as well. But basically you have a big old fence around this. This is a pretty good spot. If you don't mind having to drive everywhere. Let's see here. I like, where is it? These houses right here. Big old houses, nice driveway, everything. And you're next to McCoy Estate. So if anyone complains about it being too far out there, I'd point out that McCoy Estate's right there. There's, of course, always the little house down here, which has zombie spawns now, which kind of cuts its usefulness. Let's see here. This isn't unconventional, but this little building right here is a pretty good base spot outside of West Point. American Tire. There was a spot. Is it the farm right here? Is it this? Yeah. There's a little chicken farm right here that makes for an okay spot. Just okay. You don't really have access to water or anything, so it's not great. You have to make your own. But there's a lot of farms around that just make good bases nowadays. New Twiggies on West Point is a good base for plays. Well, they were asking for unconventional spots. What's my favorite map mods? Favorite map mods. I like Pit Stop in Raven Creek, although Raven Creek runs terribly. The estate north of Echo Creek is cool. North of Echo Creek. The nothingness? You talking about this house right here? Northeast. So it's fenced in. This house is nice. And it has a well. That'd make a pretty good spot. Only problem is the driveway is dirt, so you're gonna have to do something about that so the trees don't grow on it. Check inside the barn there. What kind of loot we got? Planks? Not bad for boarding the place up. Empty bottles. So this is a distillery. Valley Station construction site. Valley Station. Where? I'm going to blank on that name. I think this is Valley Station, right? Near the river by the mall. Oh, the construction site's right here. Right? Yeah. There's an updated farm with a sunflower field. Is it this thing? Oh. Yeah, I have no clue where that one is. By the club? This thing? So we have the club. Oh, this construction site. On the corner of that road. Closest cemetery if it helps? No. No. None of that helps. Is it 3 houses near West Point a popular spot? Are you talking about these? The 3 mansions? People love this place. Especially this one because it has a fence around it. Do I know the percentage multipliers for the rarity settings? That you can just look at them in-game. You know that, right? Oh, wait. Quit. Coward mansions? They are kind of far away. At this point, just pull up the Build 42 map. Yeah, I know. People are just like, can you geoguessr the entire map based on the words? Look up Meadshire Estate. All right. So here's how you check your loot, right? It says rare. You click advance, it's 0.4. Right now I'm going to go to extremely rare. 0.2. Insanely rare. 0.05. Now I will point out abundant is 3.0, but you can actually go all the way up to 4.0 by default. Yeah, you have to hit advance to see it. But I'm going to wrap up the YouTube stream side of this and probably chill on Twitch for a little bit if you guys care. So, peace out.